students, so today I'm going to share with you just a simple not demonstration, just a simple tips on how to determine is either for it is positive trigo or negative trigo. This is especially for the math students, I guess, because of the addmath students dah tahu kot, but it's okay. Let's move on to our lesson, I guess. So first thing first, you have to know that all the value of x, alright, all the value of x would be connected or would be jointed from the x-axis. Okay, so for this, as we can see, from x-axis, it will be from here to here for the x. Okay, from the x-axis, from here to here, x. Okay, so we can just, so that is all the value of x. Okay, so kalau my teacher dulu, dia akan cakap this is the butterfly. Okay, we can see the butterfly there. But it's okay, just ignore that thing. Okay, just move to our lesson today. So here, let's just see for the before that I want to share about the opposite, hypotenuse and adjacent. Okay, opposite means berlawanan, right? So we can see from the triangle here. So if x is here, so the opposite is berlawanan, so O is here, right? So opposite, adjacent ni bersebelahan, I guess so, but it is there. And then the hypotenuse, like we know lah. Okay, this we have to make sure it is 90 degree lah. Alright, so from here we have to know lah which one the opposite, which one the adjacent, which one is the hypotenuse. So now let's look for the question. No, not the question, the whatever. Okay. Let's look here. Sin x 3/5. Okay, 3/5. Let's look for this. Okay, as 3/5, which is sin x, is opposite. Opposite is 3. So opposite is 3. And the h is hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is 5. Right? So it is all good. Alright, for the first. Okay, the next is we look for this one. Okay, it is sin x opposite. Opposite is 3. Okay, and the hypotenuse is still 5. Okay, the next we look for this in the third quadrant. Okay, we look for x opposite 3 and hypotenuse 5. 3 and 5, and the same goes for this one, 3 and 5. But how do we know if it is negative or positive? Okay, so this is the idea, the main idea, I mean the basic idea of this, because actually for those yang below the x-axis, which is actually from the Cartesian plane, it is the negative value of y, right? So it means that here will be negative 3, isn't it? If here is 0, so the below one is negative number. Negative number. Sorry for my handwriting. Okay, right? So this is the negative. We will give the negative number, right? So the same goes for this, right? So it is negative 3. Alright, so we're good with that. Okay, so let's see for this one, if we just rewrite it, sin x opposite is negative 3, hypotenuse is 5, so it is negative 3/5, right? So based on the one on this thing, okay, add sugar to coffee, which means that this is all sine, tangent and cosine, right? So for this one, we can see that here is negative for sine, so it is proven that here is negative for sine. It is only positive for cos. Okay, we look for here. If we just rewrite it as sin x, it will be, so opposite negative 5 and negative 3, hypotenuse 5. Okay, so it is proven that here is only tangent positive, if we look up here, it will be positive, right? Sine 3 over 5, and here also sine 3 over 5. This is all, and this is for sine. Both are the positive for sine. Alright, so let's move on to the cos one. Alright, so for the cos, as we can see here, I just wrote it. Cos at 4 over 5. We move to the first quadrant, our first quadrant. Okay, cos is adjacent and hypotenuse. Okay, adjacent is 4 here. I hope you can see it. It's 4, right? So 4 over 5. Alright, 4 over 5. Adjacent and hypotenuse. And we look for here, it's the same. It will be adjacent and hypotenuse for here. Okay, and we look here. If we just put it, it will be adjacent and hypotenuse 4 and 5, and here also 4 and 5. But let's look here. This will be the negative 4, isn't it? Because it's the value of the x here from to here, right? So the 4 here will be the negative 1 based on the Cartesian plane, right? So let's try it. Okay, so as we can see, this is all right. So this will give cos is cos is adjacent for hypotenuse is 5, right? So if we look here, okay, this will be cos at, okay, cos adjacent is negative 4, hypotenuse is 5. Okay, so it's negative for the cos. It is proven that this is only for the same, right? So if we look for the fourth quadrant, since that the cos is positive in the fourth quadrant, let's see. Okay, so it is cos adjacent and hypotenuse. If we just rewrite it in the fourth quadrant though, cos x, it will be adjacent for and hypotenuse 5. Look, it will give the positive number, it will give the positive number right here. So it is proven that here is cos positive. So I just want to mention here that you just have to imagine that this is the Cartesian plane. Okay, so the quadrant is not just a normal quadrant. It is important for us, but still, if you don't know which quadrant is positive, if you still confused of this, the add sugar to coffee one, okay, you can just imagine it and just put it as this. Just just catch this Cartesian plane and you will get the answer. Okay, let's just try for tangent. Since that all the numbers are there, so we look for the first quadrant. Tan x will be TOA, opposite and adjacent, right? So tan x in the first quadrant will be opposite and adjacent. It is positive number, right? Okay, we look for the second quadrant. It will be tan x equal to TOA. Opposite of it is 3. Adjacent of it is negative 4. So it will be negative 4. Negative number, like it said that here is only sign positive. Okay, so I would say that trigo is easy for this part. I hope that will help you a lot. Thank you.